everyone, welcome back to Steins Gate. In the last episode, we used a time leap machine again to go back and save Mayuri. We had to wait for her to arrive at the lab, but that gave us an hour, so we grabbed her and ran to the station, but it was already blocked off, and we were cornered by her men. By Moeka's men. And when we tried to get away, we ended up being hit by a car, and Mayuri died. We ended up being hit by Moeka's car, and then she died, and I was injured, and I came back, and I used the machine again! We gotta figure out something! Gah! It's screeching in my ears. Needle stabbing in my brain. 1,000 emotions flooding my senses. The world blends, pulses, and returns to normal. The pain of my wounds have vanished like magic and replaced by a piercing pain in my brain. I fight back the wave of nausea and take stock of the situation. I'm sitting on the sofa with the phone to my ear. Another successful time leap that makes 3. Looks like the time leap machine works perfectly. I'm sure it would boost Kurisu's confidence if I told her, but that will have to wait until Mayuri's out of danger. I stand up and look around the lab. Where's Mayuri? What? Kurisu, who was dozing off next to me, wakes up with a jerk and the sound of my voice. Don't shout. I've been working all night, so let me rest a bit. Where's Mayuri? What's wrong with you? She went to Lukashi's, remember? Damn, she already left? I should call or send a mail. I need to get in touch with her somehow. Mayuri went to see someone after the shrine. The question is who? Think. Consider every possibility. Damn, why did I forget? Before I time limped, I should have asked Mayuri where she was today. I'm not thinking straight. I need to calm down. Wait, I know. Last time we failed because we went to Akihabara Station. I should have known that Saturn would be watching. This time we'll take a taxi to another station and hide somewhere until things calm down. For now, all I can do is wait for Mayuri to return. It's driving me crazy. I consider explaining the situation to Kurisu and Daru, but I just don't have the strength to do that right now. Besides, I don't want to get them involved. I'd take care of it myself. I won't let any more of my friends die. As before, the Brontoon workshop closes early. Mayuri appears as Suzuha and Mr. Braun are leaving. We run through Kanda Moijin Station streets to Ochanomizu Station, taking only minimal precautions to avoid attracting attention. We have to get there before the Sobu line shuts down. We manage to make it to the station without being stopped, but when we get there, I see a group of men waiting by the entrance. They look like Seren. Change of plans. We turn around and head for Shin Ochanomizu subway station. We arrive at the station later than I intended. I don't usually come here, so I got lost. I stare nervously at the platform clock. According to the scrolling display, the Yamanote Keihin Tohoku and Sobu lines have already suspended operation. Wait, it looks like Chiyoda line has 2? It must be protocol to assume that nearby stations may be threatened, even stations on unconnected lines. Damn. Mayuri hasn't said a word about my strange behavior. This is the 3rd time I've led her on this escape, but each time she follows me without complaint. It's not the 3rd time, it's the 2nd time. Does she really trust me that much? Maybe she can feel my desperation. That's why I want to so badly save her. We've been together for more than a decade. She's like a little sister to me. I'll leap as many times as it takes. Mayuri tilts her head quizzically. I realize that I'm staring at her. Okarin, Mayushi has a lot of questions, but she'll wait for now. But once it's over, I want you to tell me everything, okay? Yeah, I promise. Mayuri smiles happily at that answer. Right now, we'll wait for the train. I should ask Mayuri about her whereabouts today. If I have to leap again, I'll need all the information I can get. Where did you go to after you saw Lukaku? I got an email from Fubuki-chan. A thread came loose on her costume. I went to fix it. Where does Fubuki-chan live? We met at the Starbucks at UPX. So that's where she was. Just then an announcement plays over the PA system. The subway is resuming normal operations. About 20 minutes have passed since we arrived. I didn't expect to be stuck here that long, but it's okay. Right now, Moeka should be in Akihabara, heading to the lab. Everything is going to be alright. While waiting for the train, I examined the route on the map, the station's notice board. We can transfer to an overland train at Yoyogi Uehara. It'd take a while, but that will take us all the way to Odawara. Another announcement. Our train is arriving. I can hear the rumble and see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Mayuri and I are standing just behind the white line. I reach for her hand, meaning to make a dash for the train when the doors open, but I guess there's no hurry now. I let my hand fall to my side empty. The roar comes closer. About the party tonight, Mayuri is saying something. I can't quite hear her over the train. It got cancelled, but we should definitely... Mayuri! Suddenly Mayuri disappears. Huh? There she is, leaning out over the tracks. She's off balance as if she stumbled or someone pushed her. She seems to hang there for a moment, and then the train comes screeching into the station. Ouch. I hear a sound from under the train. I can't describe it, but it makes me instantly nauseous. Sparks fly as the train slams on its brakes. The people on the platform scream. I turn to where Mayuri was just a moment ago. There stands a familiar girl, tiny, adorable, cute, black rabbit pouch slung over her shoulder. Tennoji Nei. She looks up at me. What am I looking at? Her eyes are wide. Her lips tremble. That is even more alien than before. Jesus. I saw Mayuri. I wanted to surprise her. It wasn't on it wasn't... She stares at me for a few seconds as if wanting for me to say something and then turns and runs away. The platform's in chaos. The PA informs us that there's been a personnel injury accident. Nae is already gone. I don't go after her. Instead, I peek timidly through the gaps between the train and the platform. One side of the track is a wash of red. My mind is blank. I can't think. I don't even remember how I got back to the lab. Moeka's group should have come and gone, but the time leap machine is still here. I guess I should be grateful. It takes longer than usual to set up the machine for some reason. I'm having trouble recalling my own phone number. At last it's ready. Now take me back. And away we go. Well, at least I keep going back slightly earlier. The leap occurred instantaneously. Teeter claimed that his time machine takes 1 hour of subjective time to travel 10 years. I don't know if ours has the same behavior, but now is not the time to find out. 10 years. I have no business that far back. Besides, according to Kurisu, time leap too far into the past could cause mental disorder due to the gap between personality and memory. Juicy chicken number one! Mayuri is singing her chicken song, though she's actually eating pre-cooked chicken from the convenience store instead of her usual juicy chicken number one. She had to switch because we can't warm up frozen chicken in the microwave, which is now a dedicated part of the time leap machine. I was right to come back 5 hours. Mayuri is still in the lab. But what the hell happened back there? It hurts, but I force myself to recall that horrifying scene. Mayuri died again. This time it happened at Shino Ochanomizu Station, a place completely unrelated to the lab or the bomb threat. Tenoji Nae pushed her onto the tracks where the train tore her to shreds. Could Nae be working for Sedan too? No, that can't be right. Nae has a habit of jumping on Mayuri and greeting. She was probably just being her usual affectionate self. But why did she choose that precise moment? I don't know. I sense malice. Whose malice? It's like fate is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever the case, all that matters now is that I have another chance. I need to act. I have the power to save Mayuri. I will do whatever it takes to find a way. This time we hail a taxi at Chodori. It'll be expensive, but that hardly matters now. Mayuri comes along quietly. I consider taking her home to Ikebukuro, but Moeka's group might be watching her house. I have no idea where they are at this point. Instead, I ask the driver to take us to Shinagawa. However, the traffic is unusually heavy. The driver says it has never been this bad before. There must be an obstruction up ahead, an accident or something. That's the only explanation I can think of. We've made it out of Akiba, but at this rate, it'll take forever to reach Shinagawa. I consider getting off here and taking the train, but then I remember what happened at Shin Ochanomizu Station. I have a bad feeling about this. The traffic jam could be Senen's doing. I look out the window and scan the crowd for anyone who might be a Senen agent. 3 hours later, we're still stuck. According to the conversation I overheard between our driver and another driver, there's some kind of inspection up ahead. Furthermore, it doesn't seem like a police inspection, and a small fight broke out at the inspection site or something. To make matters worse, this road has already been closed off, and all cars behind us are being detoured. There's only about 100 cars waiting, but the inspection has been at a standstill for 3 hours. This can't be a coincidence. Once again, I feel the malice of fate manipulating the situation. Is Mayuri going to die again? If I'd known it was going to turn out like this, I'd have ditched the taxi hours ago. It's not too late. I should pay the driver and get off right. Just then, someone knocks on the window. Our taxi is stopped in the middle of the road. What's going on? I look over, but before I can say anything, a man opens the rear door and gets in next to Mayuri. Eh? He's holding a knife. Another assassin? Mayuri, look out! Before she can reply, the man covers Mayuri's mouth with a large, meaty hand. I try to open my door, but it's locked. Only the driver can open it from the inside. Mayuri opens her eyes wide. Her body twitches. What? It all happened too fast. The man sinks his knife into Mayuri's chest. Bright red spots stain her clothes. What? Be quiet, Okabe Rintaro, man who stabbed Mayuri. Another man gets into the passenger seat. He points the gun at the driver and says something to him. Strength drains from Mayuri's body. Her eyes slowly close. Tears roll down her cheek. I watch her die inches away, powerless to stop it. I can feel her last breath against my skin. They killed her again. Why? Why? Why can't I save her? Why won't you let me save her? Who decided that Mayuri must die? Moeka? Seren? Or does the world itself wish for Mayuri's death? I won't accept that. I clench my jaw and throw myself forward, driving my forehead into the killer's nose. Gah. He falls back. I shout to the driver. Open the door! I crawl out of the taxi and take running through the traffic jam. After running for hours, I make it back to the lab. Quickly, the time machine is still there. I have to leap again. It's nice that he keeps managing to get back to it. Every time we run, Mayuri dies. 6 hours into the past, I clutch my head and rack my brain for an answer. I feel like I've hit a dead end. What do I do if we can't run away? Is there no way to save her? No, there has to be a way. What you talking about? Mayuri's blank stare is the only answer I get. This time, I take her to the closest police station and beg them to protect her. When asked why, I explain that someone is going to kill Mayuri 6 hours from now, but without any proof that there's someone after her, they have no choice but to turn us away. It's past 6 by the time we leave the station, and we're left with no choice but to keep running. I wish that I could blame my previous failures on bad luck. We could try Ocha no Mizu again, or blah blah blah. I don't have the courage to try those routes again. At the same time, we can't stay in Akiba. We're running out of options. Subways, trains, and taxis all out. Attempting to escape by those means will get Mayuri killed. So my heart tells me. Perhaps the fear is irrational, but I can't put it out of my mind. I've seen her die half a dozen times already. Shot, stabbed, torn to pieces. I can't go through that again. We take refuge in Yodobashi Camera. I thought we could hide there indefinitely, but just after 7 we hear an explosion in front of the station. Yodobashi goes into chaos. Policemen appear and start evacuating the stores. When I try to explain our situation, the officer shouts, "Terrorists," and pulls a gun. This can't be happening. This isn't America. Japanese police officers don't shoot without provocation. Mayuri dies. It happened so fast. The policeman shoots her right in the head. I don't know if he's a real policeman or a Sarin assassin in disguise. It doesn't matter. I can't deny it any longer. The world itself is killing Mayuri. This cannot be good for your brain. This time, I don't leap into action immediately. Instead, I sit on the couch and collect my thoughts. Every time I save Mayuri, it ends in the worst possible way. To make matters worse, I no longer even know what I'm supposed to be saving her from. Cause and effect. Why does Mayuri die? At first I thought it was Moeka and her hit squad sent by Sennen to steal our time machine. But as I let back time and time again, the cause of Mayuri's death kept changing. At Shin Ocha no Mizu station, she died because Nei pushed her off the platform. Sennen had nothing to do with that. It was an accident. Each time I leapt, she dies a different way. What does that mean? I've been thinking for an hour and I'm no closer to an answer. I want someone to tell me, but who can I ask? I'm the only person in history to leap through time. No, there's one more, John Teeter. But he's not replying to my emails anymore, and he hasn't posted on @channel for days. Not even convinced he's a real time traveler. I decide not to run this time. Instead, I'll take a different approach. Strike first. I send Moeka an email. I need to talk to you about the time machine. Meet me alone. I designate the roof of Raidikan as our meeting place. 2 weeks have passed since the satellite crashed, but it's still there and the building's still closed. At least security has lessened, so it's easy for me to sneak in. Not that there's any sneaking to do, I just walk in through the front door like I belong there. No one questions me. Last time I came here was for Dr. Nakabachi's presentation. Of course, on this world line, the presentation was cancelled. Naturally, there's nobody here but me. It occurs to me that this is a dangerous gambit. Moeka might have a gun, and I already know that she's willing to use it. But then I don't intend to play fair either. We're supposed to meet at 5:30. It's just after 5. I came early in order to ambush her. I hide in the shadows and wait with bated breath. About 30 minutes later, I hear the door open. Moeka makes her entrance alone. She looks around restlessly. She still hasn't noticed me. I take a gun out of my shirt. It's not real. It's future gadget number 1, the bit particle gun. It's just a toy ray gun with a remote control attachment. Obviously a bluff, but all I could prepare in such short notice. I run up behind Moeka and shove the bit particle gun into her back. Don't move. Hands up. Just like a Hollywood movie. But this isn't a movie, this is real. And she isn't an actress, she's a murderer. After Moeka raises her hand, I feel through her clothes. Sure enough, she's carrying a gun. I take it from her and press it to Moeka's back in place of the bit particle gun. Sorry to disappoint you. The first gun was a toy.
話を聞きたい。
Talk.
お前が
I know you were sent by Saturn.
知りたいのか。
How? You want to know how?
知
My
りたいの
frustration
か
and
よ。
rage boils over. Because of her,
俺は
Mayuri.
タイムマシンで未来から来た。
I came from the future. That's how.
冗談だと思っているのか。
You think I'm lying? I've repeated the last several hours half a dozen times already.
45は
I've lost count of how many times exactly. And I haven't slept at all that entire time. Strangely, I'm not tired at all. I know what you're planning.
電車が止ま
Around
る。
7, you're gonna stop the trains. Moeka gasps.
お
So it
前
was
と
their
仲間たちが
doing.
今日
I also know you're planning to attack the lab. You and your men. And then you're going to kill Mayuri.
理解したか。
Understand?
俺がタイ
I'm
ム
a
リーパー
time
だと。
leaper. Moeka nods faintly. I could kill her now. It would be easy. But no, I need
お前たちは
information.
何なんだ。
Who are you people? Rounders. Moika's answer with surprising obedience. I guess she values her own life, even though she has no problem depriving other people of theirs. Rounders. What does that mean? How are you related to Saturn?
ダ
By
メだ。
email. No, speak. The Rounders are an organization separate from Saturn. Covert operations. We don't
秘密の傭
exist.
兵部隊か。
Like a private army? No. Our mission is to find and acquire the IBN 5100s. They send us around the world. We collect them. IBN 5100s. That's right. When I met her, she was looking for the IBN 5100. These days, they're nearly impossible to find. People will pay millions just to own one. Is that because Saturn has been hunting them down? How many Rounders are there?
答えろ。
Answer me! I don't know. I'm just an agent. So she's not important
俺
enough
が
to
手
be
に入れ
told.
た。IBN
Was it you who
5100
stole our IBN
や
5100?
はりお前だな。
Moeka doesn't
なぜ
answer.
IBN 5100の情報を。
Why does Saturn need IBN
ハッキング
5100s?
対策
To
か。
keep hackers out?
機密保持
Maintaining secrecy
優先すべ
is
き
the highest
事項
priority
セブン
for
一体
Saturn.
何が隠されている。
What are they hiding?
タイムトラベルの人体実験や
We already know they've killed
その実験で
hundreds of test subjects with their time travel experiments. We didn't
普
need
通
an
の PC でも
IBN
ハッキングで見る
5100
こ
to
とが
find that out.
IBN 5100で構築されたデータ
Are
ベ
you
ースに
saying
は
the IBN
それ以
5100
上の
database has
極秘情報がある
information
と
more
いうのか。
sensitive than that?
知らない
I don't
末
know.
端だからか。
Because you're an agent? My tone is sarcastic, but Moeka nods.
なぜ
Damn,
ラボを
she's
襲っ
useless.
た。
Why did you attack the lab? Or rather, why will you
分
attack
か
the
っ
lab?
ているはず
Isn't it
ハッキングを
obvious?
したからか。
Because we hacked into
理由は
Saturn?
3つ一つ
Three
は
reasons.
知ったから
First, because of what you
知ってはい
know.
けないこと
We were ordered to silence you, so Saturn did know about the hacking. Second, for the time machine.
作った
The one you made. They want our time machine? Saturn must be trying to monopolize time travel
決定的
technology.
だったのは
Third, the reason happens today. You plan to make your time machine public.
世間に公表しようとしたこ
How
と
does she know that? We made that decision right after the time leap machine was completed. That was only a few hours ago.
全員
That's why I was ordered to take you in.
マユリを
us in.
殺したではない。
You killed Mayuri!
必要な
She is unnecessary. Unnecessary? I nearly
タイ
pulled
ム
the
マシン
trigger.
を作ったのは
Okabe,
君と
Makise, Hashida, you made the time machine.
殺
She is
さ
expendable.
言われた
Those are my
俺たちを
orders.
拘束して。
And after you take us
セ
in,
ブ
what
ンの
then?
施設に監禁して
Saturn will hold you prisoner, force you to complete their time travel research.
これま
Have
で
you
の
done this
無数の
before?
人間
How
の
many
タイムマシン
lives have you
研究を
ruined
潰し
for
た。
Saturn's research?
回収し
I
よう
do as I'm told.
お前のことを一瞬でも仲間にした俺が間違
I was
い
a
だった。
fool to consider you my
セブン
friend.
のため
I live for Saturn.
FP の命令
I live for
何でも
FB.
やる
I'll do anything if FB tells me to. FB? Is that the name of her
岡
supervisor?
部君
Okabe?
君なの
Is it
ジョ
you?
ン・タイターは
Are you John
Nani?
Teeter? What? John
考え
Peter?
られない君しか
There's no one else it could be.
何
Me?
よバカな。
I don't have time for this. I dig the gun into Moeka's back. If you want to live, you'll call your friends, call FB, cancel the attack. Moeka shakes her head. I don't have the authority. I don't care. Find a way to stop the attack. Otherwise, I'll kill you. I can't do it. I'm not a killer. My hands are trembling, just like Moeka's were before she shot Mayuri. Why did you kill her? She was hesitating. She didn't want to pull the trigger, but she did.
あんなこと
You
したくな
didn't
かっ
want
たん
to
だ
kill
ろ。
her, did you? So why?
従うだけ
Just obey.
だったら
FB.
その
Then bring
FB と
that
かいう
son
や
of
つ
a
を
bitch
ここに連れてこい。
Moeka shakes her head again.
そっ
I
ち
don't
の事
care
情な
about
ん
your
て知ったことじゃないと。
If you don't do what I say, I can't. I've never... Something hard stabs into my back. A chill runs through my body. There's someone behind me. Drop the gun. A man's voice. Is he with Moeka? You lied, Kiryu Moeka. I'm ready to pull the
一
trigger
人
in
だけ
cold
で会うと
blood.
約束しただろう。
We promised to meet alone. Moeka
いいか
doesn't
ら銃を
answer.
捨てろ
I said drop the gun. I'll give you the time machine. Just don't kill anyone. Even if you do that. Even though I'm still pointing the gun at her, Moeka steps away and turns to face me. Her eyes are cold, her expression unreadable. You'll still be held prisoner. Forever. Moeka takes the gun from my hand. Unable to resist.
ハッキングのことを謝るから。
I'm sorry about hacking. Just don't kill anyone. Something strikes the back of my head. My legs give out instantly, sending me to the ground.
ターゲット
Darkness
B を
creeps
確保
in.
開始を頼む
Target B in custody, requesting pickup. Deep down, I knew I can't save Mayuri. Even if Moeka's group doesn't kill her, someone or something else will. The world itself wants her dead. Is that the choice of Steins Gate? Steins Gate? There's no such thing. Those words have no meaning. It's just some nonsense I made up to sound cool. Steins Gate doesn't exist, but fate does. Fate, God, the will of the universe, an absolute force that no one can resist. It exists, and it has sentenced Mayuri to death. And on that note, I'm going to leave this episode here. What? I don't actually remember this part if it was in the anime or what happens. Like, I only remember bits and pieces because I saw it a long time ago. But this is like really interesting to me. It's like, I don't know, I'm like really into it, and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm powering through a little too fast because like I want to know what happens next. But anyways, if you want to know what happens next, then please subscribe to all the YouTube shit. And in the next episode, we're gonna see how Okabe Rintaro gets out of this situation. So I'll see you then.